Hello, Alexia. How are you?
I'm fine, Mr. Pyatt. How are you? I was
Good.
saying
Good. I
before that
wish I was in Thessaloniki.
great. I was saying before that we're very happy, and I'm personally honored that we're here with us tonight, because we all know you here. You're very famous because you're one of the most active U.S. ambassadors in Greece. So it's honor for us to be here.
Good. Well, thank you, Alexia. Like I said, I wish I was with you there in Thessaloniki. Please give my greetings to everyone who's participating. I saw Maria Olson is up there from the embassy, so delighted to have her there as well. I'm happy to make a couple of comments and then have a conversation if you'd like.
Yes.
Good. So let me start. Some of this will be familiar, but obviously, in my time as ambassador, I put a huge priority on our engagement in northern Greece. That is equally true now that I'm in this new role, as Southeastern Europe is a priority for the State Department's Energy Bureau. In some ways, ENR got its start with the work that was done by my predecessors, David Goldwyn, and many others, on the Southern Gas Corridor, which has been so strategically valuable in helping Europe to prevail against Vladimir Putin's weaponization of Russia's energy resources. But our engagement with the Western Balkans, with northern Greece, with the Black Sea region remains an absolute priority. It was very much visible 2 weeks ago when I appeared before the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, and Senator Shaheen underlined the very strong focus of the committee on issues around the Black Sea and Black Sea energy security. So Greece has been at the center of this transformation of Southeastern Europe's energy map. It's been very exciting to see all of the new projects come online. So the Southern Gas Corridor, very soon the Alexandropoli FSRU, the expansion of the Revithousa terminal, but also what that has helped to stimulate, which is greater regional cooperation. So the IGB has been so important, and I've been able to visit Sofia and Bucharest 3 times in this job, and to hear the frequent references to the importance that those countries place on their energy connectivity with Greece. We're also very, very focused on the planned Greece-North Macedonia interconnector and other regional pipelines. So this is all about breaking the Gazprom and the breaking the Gazprom monopoly and ending Russia's ability to weaponize its energy against the countries, especially of the Western Balkans, where Greece plays such an important role. We also believe that these interconnectors, the expansion of these interconnectors, will improve efficiency by making better use of existing resources, but also to catalyze the energy transition, to help the countries of the region phase out coal as fast as possible, and that is an urgency in the context of the climate crisis and the work we'll be doing at COP28 in a few days, but also all of the work that's happening on electricity interconnectors, which offer the prospect of more flexibility in power sources, more renewable energy coming onto the grid, and helping to deliver energy in an affordable and reliable way. We also know that this growth in electricity interconnectors offers the prospect of helping to insulate countries against the price shocks that have come from Russian energy. So we're looking forward to the inauguration of even more renewable projects in the regions, including projects funded by U.S. investors like the 547 Energies projects, including in northern Greece. I also want to underline our very strong commitment for increased power interconnections between the East Med region and Greece, connecting the European grid to renewable power resources from North Africa and the Eastern Mediterranean, with projects like GREGI and the Euro-Asia Interconnector. And again, this is a subject I expect we'll be talking more about at COP28 in the context of the investments that UAE through Masdar has been making in renewable power in the East Med. We've seen across Europe that just in the past year that every new gigawatt of wind and solar production reduced the hourly wholesale cost of electricity. And I think that's a key development, that these renewable power sources are now less expensive than the alternatives. So increased clean energy investment is not just going to promote our climate goals. It's going to promote energy security. It's going to bring down prices, and it's going to help to maintain stability. So from that perspective, I'm constantly making the point that energy security and energy transition go hand in hand. I want to mention one other thing quickly, because I think sometimes it's not appreciated by audiences outside of the U.S., just how fast the U.S. energy system has changed. I've been in this job for, I guess, about 14 months at this point, a little more than a year. And in that time, we've already seen $240 billion of new investment in clean power in the United States, generating 170,000 new jobs because of the Inflation Reduction Act and the significant investment that that is making in our clean energy future. But I also want to put a pin in the fact that the benefits of the IRA are not just coming to the United States. The IRA is promoting the acceleration of investment, and it's stimulating new diversification and innovation that's going to lower costs and bring benefits around the world. We're working very closely with our European partners on that, supporting the EU Green Agenda for the Western Balkans, working to build up synergy between our countries and our governments and our companies. I also want to flag two other quick things. One, my last time in your neighborhood was in late September when I was in Bucharest at the Three Seas Summit meeting. And I just want to note what an honor it was for me to be there to see President Sakarapulu as Greece was formally admitted as a member in the Three Seas. This is a particularly important development for Northern Greece, I think, because you are the natural connection point between the region of the Eastern Mediterranean and the Three Seas network of infrastructure, whether it's power or highways or rail lines. So there are tremendous opportunities to build on that development. And then finally, I want to flag the work that my team is also doing on issues around critical minerals. Because as Commissioner Simpson has pointed out on a couple of occasions, and I know High Representative Borrell also believes the same, we collectively cannot replace an era of European dependence on Russian fossil fuel for an era of dependence on Chinese clean technology inputs. So that's what the MSP, the Mineral Security Partnership, is all about, working with the U.S. and 13 partners to secure and diversify mineral supply chains by upholding strong ESGs, by advancing investment opportunities, and by promoting transparency. And I probably more than most am sensitive to the connection that Greece has to this through your very long mining traditions, through the presence of mining companies in northern Greece. I got to know Eldorado Gold quite well, for instance. Your connections to the Western Balkans, where there are significant mineral resources, and even with your company Larco, which has the potential to be a much more efficient producer of nickel, which is going to be a critical aspect of this overall clean tech supply chain. So I could talk about a lot of other things. It's great to see everybody, and I very much appreciate to be with you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pyatt. You describe us very well the situation on energy terms in Greece, in Eastern Mediterranean, and in the world. I know that you're very busy, your schedule is very tight. I don't know if you had the time to listen to any of the panelists before in Thessaloniki Summit. We spent a lot of time talking about the situation in Middle East, what's going to happen in Gaza. So I have one question for you, for your time. Whether you think the energy markets will be disrupted because of this war in Middle East and generally in the Eastern Mediterranean?
No, thank you, Alexia. It's a very important question, and I'm particularly sensitive to the very strong Greek equities, both in the wider Eastern Mediterranean region, but also the role of the Greek Orthodox Church across the Holy Land. So as a first matter, we're very, very focused on the humanitarian situation. We're very focused on doing everything we can to prevent the spreading of the conflict, something that Secretary Blinken has devoted enormous personal energy to in the month that's just passed. The good news is that thus far energy markets have remained stable, and it was also a positive signal that just last week Chevron announced that the Tamar platform offshore of Gaza had resumed operations. This is also important because it allows for gas exports to Egypt to be resumed. And this illustrates, I think, the positive future that we hope that the region will return to at one stage, which is a dynamic of cooperation, leveraging energy not as a source of conflict, but as a driver of prosperity and opportunity and confidence. So we've made a big investment, as you and I have talked about on many occasions, in the 3+1 process. We remain strongly committed to that 3+1 effort with Greece, Israel, and Cyprus. But we also believe that that's just a first building block, because Egypt plays a critical role in this larger dynamic. And we're very interested in our work collectively and together through the East Med Gas Forum, but also the conversation about how to widen that cooperation, not just to address fossil energy, but also the renewable energy that's going to be so important to our collective future. So thank you for raising the question. It's one we're critically focused on. But for now, the good news is that energy markets have not been disrupted by these developments, and we're going to work as hard as we can to ensure that that remains the case.
Right, thank you. And it's very nice that you talk about the 3+1 project, because you know better than me that Greece, the Greek government, supports very well the 3+1 project. Thank you very much, Mr. Pyatt, and we hope to see you next year here in Thessaloniki in person, not through online. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much, Alexia. I'd love to get back to Thessaloniki. I miss the food, I miss the people, I miss the weather, I miss the issues. So appreciate the opportunity to spend some time together.
Thank you so much. Ευχαριστώ και εσάς για την προσοχή σας. Έχει λήξει το πρώτο μέρος, την πρώτη μέρα του Θεσσαλονίκη Summit, οπότε μπορούμε να περάσουμε έξω και να συνεχίσουμε αύριο τη δεύτερη μέρα του Θεσσαλονίκη Summit. Ευχαριστώ πολύ.